Tonight on UCentral News, President Trump plans to unveil reciprocal tariffs on Wednesday. In social media, it's been 30 years since the tragic death of Mexican-American singer Selena. Riley Townsend will have all the details. On to the diamond, Broncos softball came out on top with a doubleheader on the weekend. Ian Nickel will have your play-by-play. And it's a cold day in Oklahoma, and it's gonna get windier. Carly Torbett will have all the weather updates. All this and more on UCentral News.
Live from Central Oklahoma, this is UCentral News.
Good evening, I'm Zach Sexton.
And I'm Luke Underwood. Welcome to this edition of UCentral News.
Some Americans are rushing to buy cars before potential price hikes from auto tariffs set to start Thursday. But Wednesday could be an even bigger day for U.S. trade. That's when the president says he'll unveil reciprocal tariffs. A few of his comments yesterday suggest those could be even broader than the predicted CNN Amy Kiley reports.
You'd start with all countries.
President Donald Trump now says reciprocal tariffs he plans to unveil Wednesday are on the table for all nations. That's after the Treasury Secretary told Fox Business earlier this month the focus was on those with the largest trade deficits. Trump also now says any deal related to the duties will come after they begin.
The tariffs will be far more generous than those countries were to us.
Meanwhile, 25% tariffs on imported vehicles are scheduled to start Thursday. Duties on parts are set to follow.
Most likely prices are going to go up by a few $1,000s at least, but it would vary from brand to brand and maybe even from model to model.
Trump says he, quote, couldn't care less if car prices rise so long as more manufacturing comes to the U.S. Analysts say a major supply chain shift would take years. In the meantime, U.S. companies would have to pay the tariffs. Economists say that likely would raise prices for consumers.
You can't overrule the laws of economics with an executive order any more than you can overrule the laws of gravity.
Experts say those laws of economics apply to more than just cars. They predict Trump's other tariffs also will raise prices and lower demand.
When you combine that lesser demand with what we're seeing in the decline of consumer investor confidence, you could well see a slowing of the economy.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Trump also said yesterday he plans to use the threat of additional tariffs as leverage in talks with Iran and Russia.
CDC leaders ordered staff to not release their experts' assessment showing the risk of catching measles is high in areas near outbreaks where vaccinations are lagging. That's according to internal records reviewed by the nonprofit ProPublica. It would have stressed the importance of vaccinating people against the highly contagious and potentially deadly disease that has spread to 19 states. A CDC spokesperson told ProPublica the agency decided against releasing the assessment, quote, because it does not say anything that the public does not already know. She added that the CDC continues to recommend vaccines as the best way to protect against measles.
On Monday, the Supreme Court will hear arguments over whether states may tax Catholic charities and religiously affiliated groups. The case concerns unemployment taxes, and some critics say it could pull more than 1 million U.S. workers at risk of losing benefits. It's also the first religion-centered appeal the conservative Supreme Court has heard in nearly 2 years. The Catholic Charities Bureau and 4 affiliate organizations say that Wisconsin violated the First Amendment's religious protections by denying exemptions from the taxes. Churches are exempt from most taxes, but the court will have to decide if groups affiliated with religious organizations are afforded the same accommodation. Carly Torbett will have our first look at weather.
Thank you, Zach. Looking at those current conditions today, we are at 61 degrees outside, super sunny, have a light breeze coming in from the northeast at 6 miles per hour with those gusts getting up to 8 miles per hour. Humidity is only at a 47% today and that UV is 3. But earlier today, that sun was shining and that UV got all the way up to a 7. It is starting to feel like springtime, so that means it also feels like allergy time as well. Tree and grass pollen's very, very high today. Ragweed and spores are on our low side today, but we're still feeling all of the allergies from the grass and tree pollens. And then looking ahead, high winds tomorrow, those gusts are going to be coming in up to over 40 miles an hour. We do have a cold front that is going to move in tomorrow evening, giving us a chance of those severe storms to develop, but it is going to be conditions conditional, so we will be keeping an eye on that for you guys. And lots of rain headed our way, so if we don't get some tomorrow, we will be getting some on Friday and Saturday. I will have more for you guys later on in the show. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Carly. The Nye University Center Ballroom is currently under renovation, and today, UCL President Todd Lamb gave the Broncos a look at the progress. In a video posted to Instagram, he walks around and shows off the construction site. He also provided an estimated date of completion for the renovations.
And there'll be a really nice restored Nye Ballroom, probably June of this year.
The Nye Ballroom is home to numerous campus events, including job fairs. People and organizations can also rent the space for galas, banquets, and receptions.
The College of Liberal Arts is hosting the annual Liberal Arts Symposium Wednesday. This event is a chance for liberal arts students to showcase their scholastic and creative work. There will also be a keynote speaker, Inderni Pineda, the Consul of Mexico in Oklahoma City. Pineda assists the Mexican community in Oklahoma and promotes positive relations between Mexico and Oklahoma. All classes that fall under the liberal arts will be redirected to the symposium Wednesday, and UCentral will not have a show that day. Be sure to tune in on Thursday, though. We will be back on air.
The priority enrollment for classes in the fall of 2025 has dropped. For graduate and post-baccalaureate students, the first day of enrollment is March 31st. For undergraduate students who have earned 90 hours or more, the first day to enroll is April 1st. For undergraduate students who have earned 60 hours or more, the first day to enroll is April 2nd. For undergraduate students who have earned 30 hours or more, the first day to enroll is April 3rd. And finally, for undergraduate students who have earned 0 or more hours, you can guess it, the first day to enroll is April 4th. And new and readmitted UCO students, regardless of hours earned, will be open on April 7th. As well, open enrollment for the fall begins the 7th of April.
We might have some severe weather heading our way.
When we come back, Carly Torbett will have our full look at weather. Stay with us.
The University of Central Oklahoma grows and thrives. We move to meet our students where they are and get them where they want to go. Over time, thousands of students have made the move to UCO. They come to pursue their passions and find their calling, to improve their lives, families, and communities. UCO moves and motivates students in and out of the classroom. Here, potential takes flight. Our students' curiosity ignites a spark that fuels transformation. Oklahoma's Metropolitan University, the university that hasn't stopped moving since 1890. In fact, we are gaining momentum. This is where movement is. This is the University of Central Oklahoma.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? I'm high. Oh.
Good afternoon, Broncos, and welcome back to UCentral. Looking at our current conditions, we have a nice sunny day today, 61 degrees outside with a light breeze at 6 miles an hour coming in from the northeast. Humidity is a little low on the 47% side, and that UV is very low at 3 right now. Looking at across the state, everyone had a pretty nice day today. OKC Metro 60, Woodward at 59, Guyman up in the Panhandle was 63, and Altus was 65. But going into tonight, it is going to be a little bit cloudier, so that overcast is going to come over, and it's going to be a little bit chillier outside. So 47 degrees tonight with those winds coming in from the southeast, 13 miles an hour, so they are going to shift just a little bit with that humidity bumping up to 67%. And then we have that tiny little piece of 3% chance of rain tonight. And across the state, it is going to be a little bit chillier. 48 in OKC Metro, 44 in Enid, and Guyman up in the Panhandle with 47. Like I said, have a light breeze coming in, but it is going to be a little bit chillier than what we've had. And then going into tomorrow, we have a little bit of the higher than we were experiencing today, but we do have a tornado threat tomorrow. So Enid, Ponca City, Clinton, you guys are in a low tornado threat tomorrow. And as far as OKC Metro, Lawton, Ardmore, you guys are in that moderate level, but 76 in OKC Metro area, Enid 75, Guyman up in the Panhandle. You guys don't have much of a threat tomorrow, but you do have some sunny skies with 83. Same thing for Altus with 88 degrees. Chance of storms tomorrow are going to be conditional. So Enid, Ponca City, Clinton, you guys have that low severe storm threat. And then Ardmore and McAllister and Tulsa, you are having that moderate threat. Those kind of threats that we are going to see. So if we don't see tornadoes, we're looking at 80-mile-per-hour winds and then tennis ball size hail. Possible tornadoes, but like I said, we will keep an eye on that for you guys. And looking at that 7-day forecast, tomorrow, Tuesday, that wind's going to come in hot, 76 degrees with a low of 62. Wednesday, sun's going to come back shining, 76 degrees. Thursday, we're going to have a little bit of an overcast, going to start to cool back down, 61 degrees. Friday and Saturday, those are our big chances of rain. So if we don't see any rain tomorrow evening, we will be seeing it on Friday and Saturday, 90% chance on Friday, Saturday at 76%. And then Sunday and Monday, we are seeing that sunshine come back, but it is going to be a little bit chillier. Zach, Luke, do you guys have any plans that are going to be ruined by this rain on Friday or Saturday?
I would say potentially, yeah. I will be participating in a big event on Saturday. Any events for you that could be potentially ruined?
Well, I did have a plan to go out to the lake and do some renovations outside, so hopefully we only see that rain in the morning on Saturday, which I'm pretty sure we will. So how about you, Zach?
I'm going to be participating in a big event this weekend too with Luke over here. I'm ready to serve my local Edmond community. Thank you, Carly. Coming up, find out what artist released new music.
And what popular internet show is coming to Netflix? Find out after the break.
Rugged, rough, built for the road ahead.
Sometimes I feel like a shell of a man.
Commercials are fake. What you're feeling isn't. Call or text 988, Oklahoma's mental health lifeline.
Did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
The University of Central Oklahoma grows and thrives. We move forward, daily living the Bronco way, being reflective of our neighborhood, community, history, and Oklahoma. This is what has made us who we are. Oklahoma's Metropolitan University, the third largest university in Oklahoma. This is where movement is. This is the University of Central Oklahoma.
afternoon, Broncos. I'm Riley Townsend here with your Central Social Media Breakdown. Today is the anniversary of late Mexican-American music icon Selena's death. In 1995, Selena was gunned down by the then president of her fan club, Yolanda Saldivar. Many fans were in uproar last week as Saldivar, the convicted killer of Selena, was up for parole. This was after being in prison for 30 years in Texas. As of last week, she was denied and will have another chance at parole in 2023. Selena's fans have been showing their love and admiration for the late singer throughout the week by visiting her memorial and museum. Lady Gaga is heading back on tour. Gaga's new album Mayhem, featuring songs like Abracadabra, Disease, and Garden of Eden. The Mayhem Ball Tour, which will kick off in Las Vegas on July 16th, following her performance at Coachella. The Mayhem Ball will tour 6 North American cities and then head to Europe. The tour will mainly be arena-based, a change of pace from Gaga's last tour, Chromatica. Gaga is excited to be back in the stadium, saying she wanted this tour to be more intimate and closer. The tour will end on November 20th in Paris. The ticket sale opened up today for the North American shows, and ticket sale for the general sale will begin April 3rd. Will Smith has released his first full-length album in 2 decades. That album, titled Based on a True Story, has 14 tracks and appearances by Teyana Taylor, DJ Jazzy Jeff, and comedian B. Simone. The album has songs dedicated to Smith's movie Coming to America, with a song titled Barbershop. The album even addresses the infamous slap that Will Smith gave Chris Rock at the 2022 Oscars, leading to Smith's 10-year ban from the Oscars. Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly have welcomed their first child together, a little girl. Kelly confirmed in an Instagram post. The now ex-couple revealed that they were expecting November of 2024. This is Fox's 4th child and Kelly's 2nd daughter. The former couple was engaged in January of this year, but it was then mutually called off for undisclosed reasons. In the Instagram post, Kelly says, "She's finally here, our celestial seed." He also added the date, March 27th, 2025. On April 10th, Netflix will stream a new version of the internet series Pop the Balloon. Pop the Balloon Live will be the same show fans know and love, but with new twists, celebrities, and surprises. The original Pop the Balloon is a speed dating show online. Participants line up with balloons, and contestants pop the balloons of the participants they are not interested in. This is how they are eliminated, effectively losing their chance at love for the episode. The show hopes to be unfiltered, raw, and exciting for both new and long-time viewers. Zach, Luke, if given the chance, would you participate in Pop the Balloon?
I would not participate in Pop the Balloon because I'm currently in a relationship. What about you, Riley?
I don't think I'd participate either for personal reasons, but I do love the show and it's very entertaining. How about you, Luke?
I would think I would be one of the balloon poppers for sure. I think that'd be fun, but I could definitely not be the person getting popped. Thank you, Riley. Coming up, an update on the Broncos women's basketball coaching search.
And which Bronco made the play of the weekend? Ian Nickel has more when we come back.
It's time to explore, to come out and play. Our city is waiting, so what do you say? Whether daytime or nighttime, the right time is now. Finding those moments to make you go wow. Amazing new places to fit every mood. Shopping and dining. Did we mention the food? There are green parks and ballparks and water parks too. Museums, attractions, and also a zoo. The modern frontier is the friendliest place. Now is the time for your dreams to be chased.
It's the Roadway Replay.
Time for the lightning round, Brian. Let's rewind your drive to work. How far did your car travel while you checked your phone? 20 feet, 100 feet, the length of a football field.
100 feet.
Oh, sorry, Brian. In just 3 seconds on the highway, your car traveled the length of a football field.
Distracted driving? It's no game.
Hello everyone, Ian Nickel here, and it's time for your sports update. We're leading off with a developing story with the UCO women's basketball team. Per our sources, it is expected that they will announce a new coach at the end of this week. Here's what we do know. The search is down to 3 candidates. We have been told that all 3 are current women's college basketball head coaches in the state, and 2 of the candidates were interviewed for a second time today, and the others will be interviewed tomorrow. And once again, a decision is expected by the end of the week, and we'll keep you updated here on UCentral News and on our social media pages. And over to the Diamond, Broncos softball spent time in the Show Me State and went 3-1 over the weekend. They would split their series Friday against the Bearcats, winning 12-0 in dominant fashion, but gave up 4 runs in the first inning of Game 2 and couldn't catch up, dropping Game 2 4-2. And on Saturday, the Griffins did not go down easily, as it took a Kyle Watson RBI single to pull away in Game 1 in a 5-run 7th inning, and plus a Jordan Pipkin shutout to finish the job against the Griffins in Game 2. But the play of the weekend came from left fielder Riley Lemus in Game 1 of the doubleheader against Missouri Western, as she goes all out for that foul ball and holds on to it. We're going to show you again in slow motion there. Whammy! Thankfully, Lemus is okay. She continued to play Game 1 and Game 2 with just a few scratches on her head. You can catch her and the rest of the Broncos softball team tomorrow at 2 p.m. against Northwestern Oklahoma State at a doubleheader at Jerry Pinkston Stadium. Broncos baseball team continued their winning ways against Newman, and the offense was on a new level this weekend. The Chos outscored the Jets 38-15 in the 3-game series, grounding the Jets with scores of 14-8, 17-5, and 7-2. Caden Robertson was incredible. Despite his 20-game hitting streak coming to an end on Sunday, the senior from Magnolia, Texas, went 9 for 17 with 3 home runs, a double, and a triple in 4 games this week, while also contributing a whopping 16 RBIs and was named MIAA Hitter of the Week. Robertson is currently batting .411, and this year and he'll be back in action this Tuesday as him and the Broncos face Rogers State tomorrow at 3 p.m. And finally, the Oklahoma City Thunder are back tonight after getting win number 62 against Indiana on Saturday night. Tonight, they will battle the Bulls, who sit in 9th place in the Eastern Conference, and former Thunder guard Josh Giddey returns to the Paycom Center tonight for the first time since being traded this past offseason for Alex Caruso. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. Luke, Zach, the Thunder just have 8 games remaining, and with the top seed locked, what would you like to see from the team entering the month of April and onto the playoffs?
Ian, I really want to see SGA solidify his chances for MVP. What about you?
I think he's already done that. I would like to see them get some rest because I don't want to risk injury. You have the 1 seed locked up. Everything is good. You're done. You don't need to accomplish any more. You got the job done. Just rest your players. Luke, what about you?
Or you could reach for potentially 70 wins on the season, which is personally what I would love to see. Thank you, Ian. Coming up, today's National Crayon Day, so how did we get the crayons we know and love?
And Carly Torbett will have our last look at weather after the break.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
Expanding horizons, making room for the new. The modern frontier is ready for you. There's more to discover, more fun to be found. Our city is rising, just look around. Attractions, adventures, excitement and thrills, rooms of beauty and history where knowledge is filled. A convergence of cultures in spectacular places Open skies, open minds, and wide open spaces. The modern frontier awaits you to embrace it.
Welcome back. Whether you are a kid or an adult, the likelihood is you've used a crayon to write or draw. Today marks National Crayon Day. Artists around the world have used wax and chalk-based crayons for centuries. Edward Benny created the brightly colored crayons more people are familiar with today. The year was 1903. Benny's company developed the Crayola division for children for the first time, and the rest is history. Millions of people around the world use crayons today, and they continue to bring joy for artists and non-artists alike.
A crew of 4 passengers is set to travel aboard a SpaceX capsule to Earth's frigid north and south poles. It will mark the first time humans have flown such a mission. Cryptocurrency billionaire Chun Wang will be joined by 3 polar explorers, a Norwegian film director, a German robotics researcher, and an Australian adventurer. The group is slated to lift off from a launch pad in Florida Monday night. They are expected to spend 3 to 5 days in space gathering health data before returning home with a splashdown landing off the coast of California. Wang financed the private mission. It's not known how much he paid. Carly Torbett will have her last look at weather.
Thank you, Zach. We're about at that 5 o'clock mark. Looking at our hourly forecast for this evening, 5 o'clock, super sunny outside, 61 degrees, so feels about how it was earlier whenever we first started. Getting into 6 o'clock, still sunny, still 61 degrees, and then that sunset is actually going to hit a little bit later than it has been. So we've been having the sunset around 7:30. This evening, it will be setting about 7:50, and that air is going to drop back down to about 59 degrees. And then looking ahead, like I said, winds coming in tomorrow, gusts going to get up to 40 miles an hour. Cold front moving in that can also give us a chance to see those storms develop. We could see some tornadoes. We will keep an eye on it for you guys. And like I said, if we do not see rain tomorrow, we will be seeing it this weekend. We have lots of rain headed our way, looking to about ½ an inch to an inch on Friday and Saturday. That is all I have for you today. Back to you guys at the desk.
Well, Luke, I don't know how you're feeling about the weather this week, but I'm really happy about it.
I would say I'm very excited, but I do wish that the April showers would wait a little bit. Like, let me start April before hitting me with all of that rain.
Exactly. And the wind this morning, man, when I was riding my skateboard, it was frigid. But Broncos, that's all the time we have for tonight. I'm Zachary Sexton.
And I'm Luke Underwood. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of UCentral News.
Have a good night.